All right, guys, we back with another episode of My Truth. This would be episode 2. First and foremost, I just want to give all thanks to the Most High God, give all glory to the Most High. Without Him, nothing at all would be possible. And I hate those idioms. Look at me starting off like that. I'm still nervous. Still getting my feet wet with this whole talking to the camera thing, but I will be doing my due diligence. So let's jump into it. Not sure if some of you may have seen the viral clip of Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens having a discussion, I believe via Instagram Live. I could be wrong. They might have been on FaceTime, but however, what happened is the soundbite that I caught is Terrell Owens he's explaining pretty much what led him to start dating Caucasian women, to start dating white women to begin with. And he pretty much said that initially in growing up, he would get teased, picked on, ridiculed, by black women, by black girls, by black girls. And it caused him, to have self-esteem issues when it came to dating black women, or maybe even dating women, period. And so he went on to say that, it pretty much led him to start dating white women, like I said. And so I'm pretty sure by now he's, getting all type of backlash, ridicule, whatever the case is, for his stance. And some would say everyone is well within their right to feel some type of way, or whatever the case is. Let me start off by saying this simply. One of the biggest problems that I've noticed amongst my black people is the fact that we truly do not know how to agree to disagree. By us not knowing how to agree to disagree, this causes separation, this causes friction, this causes chaos amongst our community. Simply because we don't know how to say, you're right for the way that you feel. Please don't tell me that I'm wrong for the way that I feel. Can we move on past this? Can we still be friends, family, past us having a disagreement? And so I said that, obviously that'll lead me to this. Please do not tell him that he's an Uncle Tom, refer to him as such. Tell him that he's off the bandwagon, or whatever the case is. He's no longer black. It's all about our black queens. No, this is his opinion. Don't get me wrong. It's based from his own personal experience that he's formulated his own opinion and his perspective. But let's not all say that he's wrong for the way that he feels. I'll give you my own perspective. I'm a dark complexioned man, and I have been such majority of my life, except for a brief period, early on, where I was light complexioned. So my experiences, my outlook, the way that I formulate opinions, the way that I live my life, it's all based off of my experiences as being a dark complexioned male. You add that into the fact that I sweat heavily. Now I'm a shiny, dark complexion male. Let me not run all off, with it. Growing up, young black women, young black girls have definitely referred to me as being ugly. Have definitely referred to me as an African booty scratcher, as an African period. Mind you, this is solely based off of my skin complexion. We can dive deeper about the fact that my eyes are big, my nose is big. I think my ears might even be a little enlarged, if I'm being honest. But these opinions that some young black girls almost had me convinced were fact, these opinions were solely based off of my skin complexion, nothing else. And I remember it like it was yesterday because I always quote the movie ATL. If it were not for Big Boy, making that comment saying, didn't you know light-skinned niggas wasn't in style no more, or however it goes, I truly feel as if it would have taken the world even longer to figure out, hey, these dark complexioned men aren't ugly. They're just darker complexion. And I know y'all see me laughing a little bit because I'm being dead serious when I say this. Prior to that, I know for a fact I was not chosen by young black girls. I was not. I was deemed as ugly. Mind you, I didn't have hair. I'm saying that because that has added to my attractiveness present day. I didn't have hair. I was definitely going through puberty because I remember one of my classmates, it might have been Colin. Colin was always on me for whatever reason. One of my classmates referred to me as a Nestle Crunch. That's when I knew, I might not have a chance to even, secure a young black girl in my life. I really started to have these thoughts, and it's terrible. I mean this, like, oh, I didn't know I was sweating that badly. It's terrible. What was the point that I was making by saying all of that? It brings me to this point. Without my dark complexion mother reiterating to me my entire life that I was extremely handsome, without the first love of my life. Now, I know I had to specify the first love of my life because if I'm to say my first girlfriend, who happened to be a high yellow complexion, a light complexion woman, a present day, my first girlfriend, first two girlfriends, my only two girlfriends in life, two light complexioned women. If it were not for my first love, the first love of my life, the reason why I have to differentiate the two is simply because my first girlfriend also referred to me as being ugly. Go figure. But the first woman who I fell in love with, she always told me that I was fine as hell, that I was an extremely attractive, dark complexioned male. If it were not for my lighter complexioned sister, not as light complexioned as my girlfriends, but much lighter than I am. If it were not for my extremely attractive older sister reiterating to me multiple times over the years throughout our lives that I was handsome, that I looked nice, if it were not for those individuals, I'm not exactly sure where I'd be, where my esteem would be. So that brings me to the next point. It's extremely important, queens and kings, it's extremely important that we reiterate our beauty to our children. It's extremely important. Without me getting that from my mother, I promise y'all, I would be lost in this world. And my mother, she beat it into me. She instilled in me that I'm beautiful regardless if, the outside world tells me that I am. I'm saying all of this to say to the youth, to us young parents, to all the parents out there, it's extremely important to build the esteem in young people, in our young children. And it brings me to my last point. Let me talk to my kings first. If you are like me and was once deemed as unattractive, as ugly, here's my advice to you. Do things that are attractive. Become attractive. First, become attractive to yourself, to one's self, because that's extremely important. Build your own self-esteem up. The way to go about this is simple. Hygiene, and continue to reiterate this to yourself as many times as possible. I just told this to my son. Cleanliness is as close to godliness as you possibly can get. Cleanliness close to godliness. Tell yourself this over and over again until you know it to be true, until you believe it wholeheartedly. I've been had sauce. You know, it's funny to have these debates with certain individuals, right? Because Chicago is hilarious. We've deemed out west, the west side of Chicago, as the dirtier side, or the side that can't dress, whatever the case is. Let me let the world know right now, I am from the west side of Chicago. And I brought what I just referred to as stepping, I brought stepping to the south side. Granted, I'll always commend those individuals who I watched from afar. Specifically, I graduated from Kenwood. So specifically at Kenwood, let's start there. I can name a few. The twins, Rico, Mafan had it a little bit. It's some other people who I might leave out, forgive me, y'all, but these are the people that I watched and actually could dress. Mike, I'm Chief Tall Michael, for them. You always had it, them 501 jeans, you were ahead of your time. Lil Mike, rest in peace to Snoop. Now this is, mind you, this is my class. For the class prior to me, it was that group of individuals, I forgot what they referred to themselves as, but I definitely have to commend, what's folks' name? Johnny. I have to commend Johnny because he was a grade over, and I definitely used to watch him, used to tip my hat off to folks. He had it. Folks had it too, I'm not gonna lie. I used to watch him. And I used to watch folks who make the Grand Galore. I can't leave him out, I'll tell you. The class prior to me. My class, it was the group of individuals who used to shop at Leaders and Juggernaut and this, that, and the third, who I named. The other people that I named, and I have to put myself in that. Because I've been stepping for as long as I can remember. This dates back to Walt Disney Magnet School. So I said all of that to say this. There's a big misconception that out west can't dress and out south can. There are so many bums that reside on the south side, southeast side, southwest side of Chicago. So no, I'm not just giving it, tipping my hat off to out south versus out west, out south got it over out west. No, they stepping out west. Like for real, they stepping. My nephew and them, I done seen some ones. What? Come on, man, stop playing with us. That's the point that I'm making. I brought my out west mentality out south, and I saw out south rise. Okay, let me not get too carried away. The point that I was making is this. If you've been deemed as unattractive, make yourself attractive. It's real simple too. If y'all even need me to break it down step by step, hit me up personally and say, Darnell, I need the sauce. I need to know how to be more charismatic. I need to know how to walk the walk, how to talk the talk. Trust me when I tell y'all, I taught myself how to be attractive to women. I'm a heterosexual male, but at the same time, I understand people, period. So let me know if y'all need that additional sauce. And to my queens, it goes for the other side as well. I'm speaking directly to the men because I am a man, and so I have the perspective of a boy coming from, childhood, from being a boy growing into a man, into manhood. So I have that perspective, but I have come to understand people wholeheartedly. And that is what I will leave you all with. To my black people, let's be a little bit more loving, more caring. Do realize that to my young queens, to my princesses, don't be so harsh on the dark complexion men that you guys run into. We'll never forget it. We may even remember your name specifically. But I don't fault too many young women. It takes parents, and it takes real parents to instill real things into children. But yes, I'll leave you all with that. Just be a little bit more kinder, so that way we don't have to take our talents to another race.
Jesus. Oh, gee. It's a trap. Oh. Man, there's a movie here. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, that's all. They really going crazy with the containers. They going crazy with the containers, man. We gotta get on it. We gotta get on it. Stop playing, man. I don't see what's going on, man. This is beautiful. Stop playing. Stop playing. It's so crazy, man. What's going on, man? What is he talking about? Damn.
I got aim, I'm like Johnny Dang. When it comes to change, so I rise. Get one that is on, get one that is stop. There's no lie, bitches do it back. You say you gon' slide, you got some nerve, your shit don't occur.
You up there loud as hell, hungry as hell. He fucking whatever that up. At the gas station too, you hear me? Fucked up. They got everything, yeah. I'm gonna drink it. I am not tweaking. This is the second fire I've seen today. Like, no bullshit. What is going on? I need to get closer. Oh, what? Y'all see this smoke? Oh, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Never in my life have I seen something like this. Oh God. Hopefully the people are gone. This is crazy. Do y'all see this house? Lord have mercy. Yeah, I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. Oh God. The whole house. Look where I'm at. Look at these houses. What happened? Oh my God. Do y'all see this though? Like, this house is on fire. Like, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. What is happening? Oh my God. What? This is bananas. Bananas. This is like the whole house. Oh God.